Welcome back to Hidden Path Homestead. I wanted to share with you what I'm doing today. I'm right now in the process of cutting up some apples from a friend of ours, from some friends of ours. They are in the process of beginning an heirloom orchard, apple orchard, and unfortunately we've had some storms and some of these apples have fallen to the ground. So instead of wasting them, last year they gave me some of these small little apples, discard apples from their trees, and I made apple cider vinegar out of them. It was my first time ever. It's a very simple process. A lot of people use the cores during apple season when they're putting up apple pie filling, and they just save everything. It's a way to not waste any part of the fruit. So what I am doing is I am just, I'm taking these small apples right now and I am putting them in a gallon jar. And the ratio is 1 cup of water to 1 tablespoon of sugar. That is how you just start it, basic. You don't need anything else like that. You can jumpstart your apple cider vinegar by using some what we call raw apple cider vinegar. It's not been processed like my stuff last year. Here's an example. This is from last year. It's got the brown, that is the mother. I've got another jar in my pantry that has a larger mother. If you're familiar with any type of fermenting, kombucha calls that, it's like kind of slimy. They call it a Scooby. And so it's the good bacteria though. It's what's going to form your apple cider vinegar. It's what's going to make it healthy. So why am I doing this? Well, I'm preparing now to use later. I've been doing a lot of reading about how when you hatch chicks or ducks or anything like that, one of the good things to do is to put apple cider vinegar in their water. It helps prevent some diseases and different things. We just recently have purchased lambs, so we are reading about how to keep them healthy in the summer. And one of the ways, or not in the summer, in the winter, and one of the ways is to give them some apple cider vinegar in their water. There's a lot of good health benefits for animals and for adults. So now that I have finished chopping up, this is about 2/3 full, I'm going to go ahead and, sorry about the noise, I'm going to go ahead and measure out water to put in here. I am going to jump start this with some of my apple cider vinegar. There's 2. I have to try to remember to keep track of this. There's 4. You want all of the things underneath water. Anything above water, because it's a ferment, has a tendency to mold or have bad bacteria. 2, 4, 6. And this is going to be 8. Now, as you can see, they're kind of floating. I'm going to probably take my phone with me in a bit to get a weight, a trick. But right now I need to put my sugar in, so I'm going to put 8 tablespoons of sugar. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I'm going to try to find something long enough to my dough hook, my Danish dough hook, to kind of get in there and move this around. I use these gallon jars, as you saw in my last video, for water glassing eggs. This time I'm using it for the apple cider vinegar. What you're going to do is I go get the weight. You're going to leave this on your counter for 2 weeks. I mark the glass, and in 2 weeks I'm going to strain the apples out, and then I will put the strained, basically fermented apples, starting the liquid left in my in a dark pantry. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. What I am trying to do now is I'm trying to get it so that my apples will be covered. So I'm taking a pint jar and I'm filling it with water. And I'm trying to make sure that nothing is going to be above that water line. You want all of everything submerged. So looks like I've got a seed I need to pull out, because anything like that can cause bacteria to grow. And I'm just double checking. There's a little seed over here that I really would like to get out. And I may come back in and get that in a minute, but let me show you what I do. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to push this down, and I'm going to make sure that the water level and my apples are underneath the water level, just pushing them down, trying to weight it. I've got water in this jar. And then I'm going to take a coffee filter. I'm going to get my coffee filter. And I'm going to put it over top. And I'm going to secure it with twine or a rubber band or something. That way to prevent any fruit flies or anything that might damage it. So I've got to push this down a little more, make sure that everything is under there, and I will secure this. And in 2 weeks, I will come back to this and I will strain this up, and I will watch to make sure that it's not molding. But this is how you can make apple cider vinegar to use in the winter, for yourself, for your animals, for anything. I will come back and show you this in 2 weeks when I strain it, what it looks like. So have a great day.